Anyway, I'm going to start recording now. So this is the beginning of the meeting. So does anybody have I'm going to set my alarm here, and it's just going to be for 90 seconds. I need everyone just to super quickly tell the group who you are in 90 seconds, and it's going to go off because we're going to, okay, go ahead. Alberto, you start.
Hey, Alberto Vasquez. I have a PhD in engineering sciences and decision systems. I've been in the energy business for about 11 years now, 12 years. And I also am a software development engineer that started a company back in Dallas. And we made it grow from 200K revenue in the first year to $1 billion value in less than 10 years.
Okay, and Chris, you're next.
Hi, I'm Chris Coleman. I'm working on a clean energy project.
Okay, Rodney.
Rodney Rome, known as Chaplain Rome, and we're bringing hope to everyone who wants to follow the Lord Jesus Christ and all of those who don't. I'm a technology integrator, and we do mobile communication systems and software that allow you to connect to anyone at any time from anywhere in the world, independent of infrastructure.
Okay. Bervy, or let's go Matthew. Bervy, you got to get off of mute, but Matthew, go ahead.
My name's Matthew, and I'm with Arizona Stands United, project manager as well. I have a chapter here under Arizona Stands United called Sedona Stands United, and we are a project-based organization that focuses on bridging the networks of other organizations and other nonprofits that are heading in the same direction that we all are heading in. And it's pretty much going to be built into a hub, a network for other organizations and other projects that we can go to and get resources from. That's in development right now. We focus on education, law, business, health, and statesmanship as well. So we like to get politicians and statesmen on board and actually do some projects before they actually get voted into office of talking. And I think Rosalie, you're big on that. Instead of talking, we're trying to get these guys to show through action. So that's what we are doing here in Sedona. And I'm also just got appointed to being the district leader for LD6 of the Patriot Party. That's also forming here in Arizona. So I'll be the leader of District 6, which covers Coconino and Yavapai counties in Arizona.
Okay, Bharvi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bharvi. I was invited by Rosalie, who got connected to a bunch of people here in Sedona when she was here. My primary focus is anti-human trafficking activism, and we are in the process of creating a advanced healing care facility for survivors and focusing on education, prevention, intervention, and support for the community. My other projects are working with Matthew in conjunction with Sedona Stands United as the vice president of that communications group, really an action group, just offering more communication to the public about their rights and how they can be in society without feeling really fear. And then my biggest fellowship is in my connection with Christ and just bringing people to the truth of our Lord and the power that is instilled in us when we walk in peace with him.
Wendell.
Yeah, hi, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm focused on 3 areas for the past 10 years. Basically an advanced form of solar technology, a partnership with Kodak, and we're producing advanced, low-priced, high-performance solar paneling off the old machines that were about to be discarded that used to produce our old film for our old cameras. Number 2, I'm interested in cannabis as a solution for wellness. And you'll hear more about that later from Jeffrey. I'm a veteran, so I'm particularly interested in supporting cannabis in place of big pharma drugs to to deal with PSTD and PTSD, sorry. Those are my two, in
Okay,
addition to which I have PureCleanse, which is a technology to kill viruses and bacteria.
That's really cool. Marlon.
Yes, my name is Marlon Greenwood, Vice President of the NFL Alumni Las Vegas chapter, CEO of the Marlon Greenwood Foundation, and we're a lead for mentorship program for socioeconomic disadvantaged youth and adolescents. Started out doing free football camps. Now we're working on putting a facility in place to provide all the wraparound services for the youth. Football and sports is to bring them in, but it's to teach the importance of education and staying on the right track. Our mission is raise up youth to become successful, socially responsible citizens through mentorship, imparted to encourage the realization of their full potential while respecting diversity within the community. Our motto is believe it and you will achieve it.
Believe it and you will achieve it. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, my name is Tony Drexel Smith. I'm the managing director of U.S. Capital Global Underwriting, Due Diligence, and Advisory Services. Been in the business for 25 years. I know many of you on this call. In fact, I connected many of you to Rosalie, so I'm glad to see the network is growing. Ultimately, we're taking the lead role on providing the due diligence and situation analysis overviews of those that apply for capital through Rosalie's organization. I helped her create this a couple months back, so it's very exciting for me to see that even during COVID, we're getting such great activity here. Love to see that there are 20 people on the call. It's a great job to you, Rosalie. Looks like you're making this happen and growing more every day. As I told you, Rosalie, I didn't have too much time today, but I did move my 11:30 so I could be on this call, but I will have to jump in about 10 minutes. So if you need me for
Got it.
anything,
I knew
let
that.
me know.
That's why I put you on. Okay, Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie Permort. Nice to meet all of you. My background's media. I've done everything in media you can imagine: print, digital, radio, database marketing, magazines. But I retired from that about 5 years ago and had some health stuff happen. So I now work for a wonderful doctor, Dr. Carolyn Dean, who came up with a unique formula on how to make minerals that are completely absorbed at the cellular level. So zinc, which is very antiviral, and silver, which is antimicrobial, and magnesium, which does everything in terms of anti-inflammatory. So these minerals are very, very powerful. They don't require drugs to work. And so I hooked up with Rosalie. I think you reached out to me, didn't you, originally? Did you learn about?
Yep. Okay, we got to go to, we're going to circle all this together. So, okay, Paul.
Hey, everyone. Thanks, Rosalie. So I'm Paul Harrison, and my background really is in bringing together groups of very, very different people to figure out a goal that they're achieving together and to do things that they didn't think they could do. And I'm building a platform for people to come together and be clear with each other about what it is they need from each other, their commitments to actually do those things, and to hold each other accountable to that. And Rosalie and I and some of the other ones of you here have just amazing numbers of places we can apply that. So glad to be here.
David.
My name is David Thielen. I'm the Chief Investment Officer for Regener8tive Blends. We're coming out with some exciting new cannabis products the first week of March. My role in the company is to raise money, capital to fund the company. And we're going through a 506c offering with an investment bank for any accredited investor that that wants to come in. We'd love to have that connection, but we're very excited. And Wendell's been part of our network. I know Wendell's on this call and has been very instrumental in helping us raise money. And Jeff, my business partner, is also on this call. He'll go into more detail in the actual operations of the company.
Okay. And Joe. Joe.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joe Campanella, and Rosalie, thanks for the introductions. I only have a few minutes to stay. I would just, because I just realized this invite was in my inbox. But anyway, real quickly, by day, I am a healthcare technology specialist. For over 30 years, I've been automating health plans and or hospital systems, which is what I do during the day. I have investments in various companies. One of the investments, I own a real estate company of my own, but in addition to that, I'm also an investor in a company called Ecogen. Ecogen provides they have a product called the Jewel Box, which that provides clean, green, renewable energy 24/7, 365 with no carbon emissions. Comes with a 10-year manufacturer's warranty from Lloyd's of London, and we're excited to go into market with it. So
Very cool.
that's it for me.
Okay, Chloe. And someone just sent me a direct message and I'm having a hard time reading all these. Chloe, go ahead. Who said that they have to go and to invite them on? Someone just sent me a text message and I'm having a hard time seeing it in this chat. but-
Rosalie, that could have been me, because I sent letting you
okay.
know I can only go on for a few minutes.
Okay, so there's people on the call that I haven't gotten to, and so what I want to do is start the call, and then we're going to go back to the people that are still on the call. If you have to jump off right now or soon, then stop me and give me, take a minute. But I want this to be a very edifying, not a pitch. This is not a pitch. This is a collaborative. I wanted to share like what everybody was on this call. So far, everybody I know that I've invited on this call, and there's other people that I don't know, but everybody on this call is 4 things. They're spiritually minded. Almost, that's the top dog almost. Then they're economically, so they have business sense. And then they're innovators and they're team players. So for everybody on this call, if you know anything about any of us, that is what I believe is true. If anybody knows anything different, then let me know. But those are the top 4 things. And together we can build a middle class, because there's so many people that are just distraught and despaired. And we don't need to even focus on that. What we need to focus on is solutions. So we have a mechanism through this nonprofit that we've put together to create a way that we can fund through donations, or B, we have a B corporation, and a different entity that we can put non-accredited investors through that corporation, because we're solving problems and we're going to do social solutions. And so we can now get the public. So when the public's behind it and they're vetted and they have vested interest in it, because they're not only supporting it with their activity, but sometimes they can put their own money into it. They are going to promote these solutions that create regenerative and sustainable communities. We can't, like I was telling Chris last night, we can't sustain the damage. We can't sustain it. It has to be upgraded and repaired and upgraded is what we have to do. And so there's 3 solutions that we've been working on, and there's so many others that are in this group. But the main thing is we just need to move this forward. So I've started a conference on February 15th. We're having a conference on the 15th. It's going to start at 9:30 in the morning. And what I need is everyone to understand that this is our first one, and we want, like Rodney said, do it well, do it good, and do it well, and then we'll do the next one. But everybody on this group has something to bring to the party, because this is what I'm about. I am about no free lunches. Everybody's included, but everybody has their role to play. And so I do need help with IT. I need help with someone who knows somebody who can do, answer these chats. I can't read them, and I'm just can't do that. It's not fair to everyone if I'm trying to do that. So I need help with doing that. Baravi's doing that, and then I'm not even looking down to see what she's direct messaging me. She's going to have to text me on my phone, because so I need help with IT stuff.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that anybody who didn't get to speak or wants to speak, or is just listening and wants to connect with people, use a chat space to connect with people, because like not everybody will get a chance to speak, and not everybody will be able to share everything that they want to. So use a chat space very consciously.
Yes, you can put any information in there, then we can look at it, and people looking at it can respond to you. Marketing.
Rosalie?
Yes.
Rosalie, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have to jump off at noon. I wondered if you want me to say anything, or I can just listen.
Leslie, yes, because I introduced you, but you didn't introduce you. So introduce you.
Okay, Leslie next. I am a grants professional, a grants administrator. So I do grant writing and grant evaluation. I've been doing that for about 16 years. That's my professional job. I also do a lot of work with addiction recovery, and do a lot of work with volunteer services. And I have a particular passion for incorporating different streams or areas of spirituality together. So that's just my 30-second bit.
So real quick, was there anything that I said about you that wasn't true?
I didn't hear all of it, and I don't think so. I think what you said is true.
So
I
in
trust
two
you
words,
represented me correctly.
you're Leslie what? Leslie, what are the 2 words you are before you leave?
Leslie, moneymaker.
Okay. We love it. Okay. And she's so cute. You have to wonder if that's her stripper name. Anyway, that's how we roll. We're completely open kimono here. So anyway, so I need someone to help with IT stuff, which Barbie is doing a great job. Marketing. So I'm reached out to the Agassi Group, Shaquille O'Neal, David Weiss. He's a 5th-time champion, Olympian champion. Joe Pesci, Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, and the only reason why I'm saying those names is because those are people I've reached out to right now, but also the KNPR, Harry Reid. So this isn't, but it's not a political, this is it's so you have to understand the rules of engagement here is we're nonpartisan, we do not blame, and we never talk about people unless they're on the phone. Okay. So, but we're nonpartisan. So the solution, so then I need people that are promoters and funders. And so I'm asking all of you, you have a huge Rolodex. I know you do. Who are your biggest promoters that can get behind a solution that's going to build the middle class? And with this new middle class that we have that's getting together, we don't care if you're black and white, red or blue. We don't care if you're male or female, anywhere in between. We don't care what religion you are. We don't care. We just want people that are tired of the shenanigans, and we're uniting together to build a cohesive middle class that's going to invest in ourselves. So we're going to bring money back into ourselves. We're going to be our own stimulus funds, and we're going to create a way that we can thrive through crisis. Because there's no reason, there's no reason why we have to fight. We have to wake up and remember that it's not about money, and it's not about power, and it's not about someone being wrong. What it is it's the ability for us to help ourselves upgrade and rise our race up. So does anybody have any, I got one more thing I want to go through, and then any questions about that. So what I need you to do is everyone join Regener8tive. So the first thing I need you to do is go onto my website, regener8tive.com. Baravi, could you put in I can type it, or someone can type it for me, but it's Regener8tive. You obviously should know it, but put it in, go on there, and it's for $25. And I'm only asking for $25 so that we can show we have some commitment, some skin in the game. We got a lot more than that, trust me, but I'm just showing this, and it's only going to our projects. So I've been working for free, and I will continue for as long as I can, but I am just trying to get this place in a better place. So we want to go out and play together soon. That's what I'm doing it for. And I want grandkids eventually. And I don't think anyone is thinking that that's going to happen. So I want the world to be a better place so everyone can enjoy it. And then I need people that will help me promote and present. I've got presenters, but the presenters, you need to bring your promoters with you. So bring your group, the people that you know, bring them onto this conference, because they're going to hear things here. This is not just about money. That's not just about solutions. It's about how we're going to touch people's hearts to change direction of drama to solutions. We're going to switch their focus. And the more we switch their focus to solutions that actually make sense, the more that we have the ability to change this ship and the direction the head's going. So we have big plans here. This isn't just a little small group. This is a big planner here. and then get people to attend, people that either have money that want to invest, or people that don't have money that want to invest their time and talent, because we're going to keep track of those things. And, you know, I've got people that I've paid to have an application so we can keep track of those accounts of services, so that if people can't afford to invest in it, they can do so many service projects that they get credit. How does that sound?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
what is the plan? Step one, what besides the $25 and besides the great ideas and you have, what is the substantive definition?
So we,
of
okay,
next
so
step?
the next thing would be to implement a solution. Let's say I've got a solution that goes waste to energy, or let's say, Wendell, you asked the question, we have a solution so we can all get back to work pretty quick, or get back into society without feeling like that the house has cooties or people outside have cooties. So we pitch this to the whole entire, you know, group of us and their group. Are you interested in investing in a product that'll cost you $600, and you put it in the wall of your house, and for 3,000 square feet, it's going to clean and sterilize basically all the air in your house? Are you okay with that? And then you get as many people together to move forward in that solution. When you do that, and then you show the results of that. So now you show the results of that. With that result becomes the next solution and the next solution. And that's how I'm putting it together. We have the next thing that you would need to do is, Tony is he does a taste sauce scoring system that gives you the ability, and us the ability, to see where your holes in your corporation are before we get started, so that we can ensure that you're going to have the best success of getting funding, because we're going to make sure that you're buttoned up tight. And then we fund these solutions, we show the results, and we just keep this motion of perpetual income going. And what happens is, when you invest in the company, you can either donate if you need a donation, or you can invest, and then you're investing directly with the owners of those entities. You'll be investing directly with them, and then we show the profits. And when those profits are generated because of our ability to collaborate together, we reinvest into Regener8tive those 30% of those profits, so that we have the next funding for the next solution. And that's why it looks like an infinity symbol, is that we start projects, we fund them, we get them profitable, they start being profitable, and then they come back into Regener8tive, and we fund the next ones. And us all on this group are here so that we can help facilitate that perpetual funding, and we will be compensated for it, that reasonable and customary fees for what we're doing. But there's no gouging, and we're just going to help build the middle class with perpetual funding. Did I answer your question, Wendell?
Yeah, yes, I get it.
Okay, so in a concise way, the elevator pitch is, we're building the middle class with accountable hand-ups. Are you interested in some funding?
Okay. So
Are you interested in solving some problems? What was that?
You must have a very large staff ready to review all these projects.
We do. We have 4,000 people that are on well, not, I'm sorry, did I say 4,000? They review, yes, we have the capacity to do that. So yeah, and they're a well-greased machine. They've been doing this for, I think, 20 years. We are good to go. And the first thing that you have to be is, it has to solve a problem for the community. That's what we're investing in. There might be a whole bunch of other solutions, but unless it's going to solve the problem for the communities, we're not at that place that we're going to invest in the mom and pop. We need to put in a car wash right here. That's not what we're going to do on these ones. We got to do really big projects that solve huge, big problems. And so the categories I have are, so what we're going to do is grow into action groups. So I'm asking everybody on this call to join Regener8tive, first of all. Second of all, get people and your promoters, like, oh, we got to start moving this dial quickly, really quick. And then 3 is get involved in one of our action groups, become a leader inside of one of our action groups, I'm trying to, what I'm going to do is put it's a presidency. So there'll be a president of the action group, and it'll have 2 counselors with it. They move though as a 3. The president doesn't do all the things, they're just delegated, and I'll show you how the delegation works. But and these are the categories that I have first. Health, and it's broken down into physical or emotional health. Then I have energy, and it's either broken down in creating or storing energy. And then I have water. We're either cleaning the water or we're conserving the water. I've got food. We are growing food, and we are bringing in additional food. And maybe I would throw cannabis in that. I think that will be an interesting group to put cannabis, unless cannabis grows so large, then we'll have to make it its own group, or really cannabis includes a whole bunch of these. So so emergency prepared is the next group. Anybody that has emergency prepared equipment and communications, and especially COVID, if it helps with COVID, that's something pressing right in front. Education. The next one's education. The next one is community development. So if you're developing a community in some sort or can improve the community, development. Entertainment is the next one. Activism. Am I going too fast? It's being recorded, so I can send this all out. Activism, and then legal. And bookkeeping is the next. People that want to just keep us all in control. And I don't want to control, but maybe all focus. That's a better word. Keep us all focused. So those are the action groups. So anybody, what I need you to do now is think about what those groups I just set up. If you have something different that you need me to add to our groups, you need to put it in the chat, because I'm going to save this chat. So put it in the chat so I know who is going, who I missed during that. And then I need you all, and I'm asking this from everybody, put yourself in which category you think you would go in. And also, would you be willing to be either the president or either the counselors? So I need to know if that would be something you'd be willing to do. And I can tell you that it won't take more than, well, you have to put in at least 30 minutes a week. I would hope that you would put in as much as needed, but it's not going to require a lot of time with the programs and the way we have things set up. So all you're going to do is just be basically the person spearheading it, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be helping you. So you don't have to worry when you say, okay, look, I'm ready to be the president, or I can try to be the counselor, but I'm going to do it. And if it takes too much time, you can do that too. Put in what you're willing to do. And that's how we're going to move this thing, is we're going to have these action groups that are going to be involved in these industries that we get funding for, that we promote, that we facilitate, and then we can play again. Yay! So yeah, so now that's what I got. Ask me any questions right now.
Just a simple thing. 9:30, what time zone on the 15th?
Pacific Standard Time, 9:30. Oh wait, yeah, 9:30 and to 3:30. And it will, if we get so much participants, we need to do it the second day. We'll do the second day the same time, 9:30 to 3:30. And if we get so many people that we have to do it 5 days in a row from 9:30 to 3:30, so be it. Because I really do not see this as a daunting task when we all link arms and put our shoulders together and we push this wheel. No stopping it. And it's for all good reasons. There isn't anyone that's going to get hurt. In the Course in Miracles, it says, something, and I have a mantra, and if it goes off on my phone, it says it every single day, several times a day, almost every hour on the hour.
Hey,
I am more loving.
Third floor.
Hey, Leslie, mute. I am more loving, and because I see the truth of all things.
So one category action group you might want to consider is the spiritual support action group.
Thank you. Okay.
And so the supportive role of where the word would lead and guide and take us so that we're all going in a single direction. So I'm thinking this morning in the first 11 verses and the first 2 chapters of Joshua, that they were commanded to go in and to take the promised land. There were specific instructions on how to do that. And then through Jeremiah, the prophet, then there are the warning signs of where we've been, where we are, and where we're going in relationship to how we put God in the first chair and we begin to be the co-pilot, not the pilot. So the spiritual synergy of where we're going, why we're going there, and how we're going to get there outside of the political forces in government, I think is important.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I want to be clear. When I say one nation under God, I have been clear with this, and Rodney, I said this with you yesterday or the other day. I want everyone to be comfortable. This is not about Christianity. This is not about any religious. It's 100% a spiritual awakening that God, in whatever form that you believe is your higher source, that is your prerogative. And it's not up to me or anyone in the group to convince you, except for by our actions. Maybe if our actions show that, if everyone had a certain belief system and their actions really showed you that maybe there was something about that spirituality, but their actions speak. But we don't need to force anybody to think the way we think about the specific way we get there. And I've used this analogy. The LA freeway airport has a lot of ways of getting to the airport. There's, I think, 17 different freeways that come in to that airport right there. Some way, somehow you have these So we are on a path that there's a lot of different ways to get to God, and it's not up to us to make that decision. So as long as we are focused on that, is there any questions about that?
No, and I would agree with that. That's what the Office of Chaplaincy can't be concerned about how they're going to help and who they're going to help. They're just going to show up to help and be a part of rebuilding hope.
Yeah.
I have a question. Yeah. So the event on the 15th, do you have like a set like form that we could potentially fill out that would have like
yeah. So there's my IT stuff. So someone is supposed to be sending me something so that we can have a form like that. When you fill out, I have something, you can go on my website, you fill out an email, and it has but I will get that form up on, if someone wants to help me, that would be great. But if nobody helps me, I'll do it myself and I'll get it done today. Rodney.
I can help.
Okay, you can help get me that form.
And so, yeah, just we can talk about what you need.
Okay.
I can help you get that up today.
Okay, thank you for that. So you fill out the form. I have to figure out a way to, who else knows how to do the IT part where you, when they register and then they get like an email that says, hey, we know you're registered and now here's the Zoom link. And so then I'm going to bring people, we're going to start with, there's a couple, Rodney, you were going to get me a platform that would be able to house, I'm hoping that there's 100,000 people on this call or more. So yeah, that I have been in calls like that, and it's not a problem. So I would hope that there's 1,000 people and we just bring, so then what would happen is you have a live streaming format and at the same time you have a platform where you're having a one-on-one conversation and then you're bringing people in. And when the people like, so let's say Rodney is going to present his solution, right? And Rodney has a promoter that is a, you know, let's say Mike Tyson, you know, or say Holyfield. Holyfield is his promoter. So Holyfield and him are going to get on for the 20 minutes and then there'll be questions and answers and it's going to be, they're going to present, the promoter's going to talk about why he likes the product and he's going to present. And then there's going to be 20 minutes to ask the promoter and or the presenter of the solution questions and answers. So we'll be able to look at them in the chat and ask them right there online. So they'll be able to answer online. And we've made, I would like it so that they go back and forth. So it's not just asking Holyfield about all of his fighting. I want them to ask you about your solution too. So it's going to be an alternating thing. So one question will go to your promoter, one question will go to the presenter. Then from there, we would bring in a link where people can donate right then, and they can go in and donate through, we have different, you know, segments. That's a nonprofit. So it's a complete donation, it's recorded, and that's how we would gather the funding. And with that funding, we promote the best solutions that we think that we want to promote would go towards the group of people that are presenting and involved in this group right here. The main first 100 people who actually sign up for Regener8tive are going to vote for we're going to use that money that we collect for that project. And if there's left over for that project, then we, the 100, vote for the second project. And if there's money left over for that, we vote for the third project. And we keep doing that as a group. And we just start funding the solutions. And, you know, we've got several. I mean, there was the waste going to energy, water going to energy. We've got a solution, water to energy. We've got communication that is, if in dire straits, it's a knock in a box. It's this, it's a small broadcasting system that can be off grid in dire straits. We've got a cannabis solution that is a very unique blend, and they have beta tested and tested their product, and it's right on track with the experience that you say you're going to get, which is pretty cool. We've got activism, people that are actively helping with human trafficking or uniting. We've got oil and gas industry that's actually found helium and things like that that we can use for our batteries, because helium is really necessary for what we want to do. We've got, like I said, water to clean energy. We've got accountability application people. We've got people that do personal health that got a release in my face within an hour of talking with her because she's so good at what she does. We've got love coaches and people that can help with relationships. You know, there's a lot to fund, and there's a lot of fun to have, F-U-N, and then D as well. Any questions? Any comments?
So yeah, one question. Are you going to publish a list of presenters and the breakout sessions so we can send that on to our audience?
Yes, I will. That will be done. I will get that out. So you guys all need to get me your information. What you need to, it needs to be in a mission statement. So it has to be less than a paragraph. And it would be great if it's less than a sentence, to tell you the truth. The name of your company and your name and your sentence paragraph. Let's make it one sentence long, just one sentence long that you can get to me, and I will share that with the group. And if you don't want, me to share, then you don't send it to me. But
Do you want bios as an additional attachment?
As an additional attachment, yes, you could send me your bios and then that could go, then we'll put it into a one pager. And with that one pager, anybody that wants to, we would send all those attachments with them and they can just click on the one they want.
Sounds good.
So a bio and just, it's gonna be a sentence with your name, your company, project name, and then your mission, one sentence with your bio. Okay, and I need to get that by Saturday. I need that by Saturday. And if you get it to me, if everybody gets it to me before Saturday, I can get it out to you on Monday. And if you get it to me before Saturday, I can get it out to you on Saturday. So, okay, but you got to get it to me like before, today or tomorrow. If you get it all to me today, I can get it to you on Saturday. Okay, so that's 2 things on my list. Rodney, you got 2 things on your list. Did everyone put in their information to the chat on who's your group and what are you willing to do? If you haven't done that, then I'm just going to ask and call on you to I'm going to call on you to help me in some other participation ways. So, because we do believe that, everybody's invited, but everybody has some role they're playing. And how am I looking? Am I stretching? You know what I noticed? That I'm just stretching like this. And then I realized, you don't have to hunch those shoulders up around your ears. I'm so used to
rocking it, Rosalie.
I'm so used to boxing or something, so I just have to relax those shoulders down. And so anyway, I'm respectful of everybody's time. We have 10 more minutes. Do you want me, are you tired of me? Does anybody have any more questions?
Good.
No? Okay, I'd like to end something really cool. So I gave everybody kind of a title. I kind of gave, if you heard what I said about you, if I said who you are, what I would like, which was kind of fun while we're ending here, is tell me what I said about you, if you remember, if you do. And then in a short phrase, tell me what legacy you want to leave. Okay, anybody want to start?
I can start. I definitely don't remember what you said about me, so I'm sorry about that. But the legacy I want to leave behind is freedom for man and stopping heinous crimes against humanity and making our children safe and making our women safe as well. And as well as the men, and just giving everyone an opportunity to live in harmony and peace with one another.
Lovely. Anyone else? I'll go next. Nobody said anything about me, but yeah, they probably say lots about me, but that's okay. I am trying to build the middle class in a loving, and if it has to be tough love way. I love, Alberto, that you laugh at my jokes. I do. Thank you.
That's
Who's
great.
next?
Well, I'll be next. First of all, I'll talk about you. I think you're a very strong, dynamic woman with so much energy and so much spirituality that you can bring a group like this together. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me be part of this. And what I'd like to leave is a much better world for my grandkids, for my great grandkids, which I don't know them yet, but they will be part of this world with cleaner water, cleaner atmosphere, and a sustainable way of living that reduces the amount of waste that we can put into as we trail in our lives.
Wow. Thank you. Who's next?
I'll go next. So you said that I was spiritual, that I was innovative. I appreciate that. That's what an entrepreneur does. They build something that will last. And then you said that I was also interested in community. And so I appreciate you picking that up over the few conversations we've had. So the legacy I want to leave is I left somebody with more hope in living than there was in this tragedy and situations they find themselves in.
Thank you. Wow, you guys are so great. Anyone else? Let's share quickly.
I didn't get a name because I came too late.
Oh.
But
Yeah, you weren't there, but I would say she's a healer. She's a healer. She's a spiritual and physical healer with her words. That's how I would describe Tina.
well, thank you. I'm just actually going to read my mission statement, which I wrote about 30 years ago. So it's my mission to be a catalyst, to ignite people's imaginations to think that they too could have what they thought was impossible, and that the path to changing their situations, their organizations, and the world begins by changing themselves.
Thank you. Is there a legacy you want to leave?
That honestly, to children, to high school students and children, to grow up with skills that will bring them to this wonderful place that all of you have really kind of worked many years to get to.
Wow.
So we want to get it in the genes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Get it in their kindergarten genes.
Yep.
Okay, who's next?
Hey, it's Paul. I'll just say, so Rosalie, you called me out for being about democracy and accountability, which sometimes seem to be conflicting things, but really shouldn't. And I think what I hope to my legacy to be is providing the infrastructure, the foundation for all of us to get back to looking at each other as people who are here together and work together to do things that we couldn't do by ourselves. So that's why I'm so excited about what you're doing and the people you're bringing together.
And Paul didn't get to share because I don't know what happened, but he didn't get to tell, when we were all on. So if everybody, I want to be respectful of time and what we're doing. So afterwards, if you want to hook up with him, or we can stay longer if you want. By 12:30, I want everyone to be able to stay. But anybody interested, he does accountable Handups that I have an application on my phone that we've used that works really well. Moreland, the other one that was with us with the NFL football guy, he and I worked on a project with Paul and he did a great job, and Tony. So he's a really good guy. And so if you can just stay around, he's worth it to listen to for a minute. Okay, anybody else that wants to go or to tell me what your legacy is and what I said you were all about? All right, Paul, well then tell them who you are, I guess, if there isn't anyone else that wants. I don't want to call anybody out on it. So if you want to tell them really quick
Yeah, really quickly. Thank you, Rosalie. And so you guys know, Rosalie and I came together several years ago again to talk about accountability and democracy. And since then, we've been building a product that really is about helping people have better conversations with each other. So when you see someone and you need them to do something, rather than just kind of assuming it, you actually talk about what it is. You define it in a way that a total third party could evaluate whether you did it or not. And then you both agree to it. I agree that I need it from you. You agree that you're going to do it. And then we organize ourselves around that, right? Really sort of the same way that you think about your calendar, right? You organize your day around your calendar every day. There's a limited amount of time in there and you prioritize showing up when you said you were going to show up. And so we need to do the same thing, but not just with meetings, but with everything we do. And so that's what our technology is about. And again, it's really not, our first principle is we want to improve human communication and human discussions with technology, not replace it, which is what a lot of our technology does this day. It says, oh, let's not talk to each other. Let's not look at each other as people. We want people to look at each other as people because, that's why we're here as a community.
Yeah. And we've been talking about at some point using like a value act app so that we can keep track of people's service projects so that if they can't afford or their accountability. So if they can't afford to put money into Regener8tive, they can use their rating, if you will, on Value Act and get credit for that so that they can they can actually be vested in a company based off their ability to do service projects. Who would have thought, huh?
Yeah, I think about the fact, guys, think about it. Most of the things you do in life with people around you, you don't get paid for, right? We help each other. We do things together all the time. But we don't, if we don't exchange money or we don't write an email about it, it just gets lost, right? So we need to flip that.
And sometimes it doesn't need to be payment in money. So what you do, so what it may be is that, you've done a service project and this is what you got, and we're growing food for locals over here. And part of the thing about you helping people all the time and being so accountable, you can go over and pick up your fresh vegetables right over there off where we're creating water and energy. And we can actually grow our food in our local zip codes. That's I had a thing I put down, zip grows. They're called zip grows. And you can put them in everywhere in the valley, and we can start growing our own food, because that is one of the projects that we're looking at doing. Because if something happens, we need to be able to have enough food, shelter, and power so that we don't all panic if something was to happen. So anyway, so that's another way of creating a community, is that you help some people that are willing to grow food locally will do it. And part of your service project is you can go pick up your local food, Got it? So I'm not trying to circumvent tradition or taxes or anything like that. What I'm trying to do is just show that we can actually survive and thrive through serving others, but we actually need it to be accountable, and we need people to help each other out and not just it be a one-way street all the time. And they need to be economically and environmentally friendly solutions. So do we have any questions? I really appreciate it. I feel like we got through a lot. So Rodney's going to help me with some IT stuff, and anybody else that wants to help me with, getting the files and putting everything all together and sending out those emails. I need to make sure I've got everybody's emails correct. And anybody that wants, you please bring your promoters and share. I'm going to send out this recording. We'll put it on YouTube. If you don't mind, I'm going to record it and put it on YouTube, and you can share the link. And so people can see what we're doing, unless somebody has an objection to that. And then join Regener8tive and present and be part of let's get inside of an action group so that you're moving in a group. And we'll meet once a week, and we'll have just kind of like a quick synopsis of what everyone's doing. And just each leader will present. So when we get these big action groups, each leader will present what are they doing, and what the project is, and where are they at on it, and what do they need help with. So they're going to say to the whole entire group, this is what we accomplished, but this is where I'm stuck. But the whole entire group's going to hear it, but not the whole entire group's going to work on it. It's only going to be that action group that's going to work on that specific thing. And then so we can keep having these communications of what has to happen to move the dial, and then we just keep doing it as a group. And then, like I said, it's an infinity thing. We help each other out. All right, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'm humbled by your participation in our group, and if there's anything that you need from me, you have my email addresses, and I'm going to stay on for as long as I need to answer any more questions. So goodbye or stay on. It's up to you. Okay.
Thank you, Rosalie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rosalie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Gil, I haven't seen your face for a while. You're on mute.
Here I am.
All
right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
I just want to say, Rosalie, you did an awesome job of asking for help. Yay.
Thank you. We were working on that. So that's what happened. So Tina gave me an hour session, and I noticed that and I do it still. I just go like this. I get my shoulders just up in my face, because I hate asking. Okay, that's a strong word. I have had a problem in the past asking for help, because I think it makes you look weak. And so she taught me that that's not a problem, that I have that problem, first of all, and it's okay. But second, that if I need to kind of be okay that somebody might say no, but it's just okay because there's plenty of other people that will. Because I'm not trying to do something that's not of value. And if someone says no, that's okay. And that doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means that they're just not a fit. And just say, okay, thanks for sharing. Thanks. Hey, if you ever do change your mind, you know, here's my information. That was a really big stretch. That whole jaw of mine was so tight, and I had a sharp pain in my back shoulder, my right shoulder, like somebody had stabbed me in the back. When she said that, I felt this band that came around from my shoulder, around my back, over my head, and right into my jaw. It was like it was actually a web. And when she said that, it was like it released like an arrow, and my back shoulder got super cold, like almost cold. Like I was like, I got to get a jacket on. It just got cold. I still have this tension in my face right here. It's just right here in this jaw. And I still have that, but that shoulder pain and that stabbing in my back really made a big difference. So I would admonish anyone that has a licensed therapist that would like to introduce her to Tina. She's got an incredible healing that I'm just amazed. I've spent hundreds of dollars getting thousands probably of trying to get that back fixed. Now, is it ever going to come back? I don't know. Is it something that, you know, I had a, you know, needle in me yesterday, and there was something still in there, but it's so much better. This jaw thing, though, I still feel like someone,
We'll keep working on it.
Yeah,
We
there's
have
something right here. And it's on this left side, just clenching. So anyway, so
Thank
that's
you.
Tina.
But
Anybody else
anyway.
want to share?
I'm going to jump off and have my lunch, but it's so nice to meet you all. I look forward to working with you. Looks like fun.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tina.
Great.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Bye. Anybody else? Okay. I guess we'll say goodbye. Are you just waiting for me to end the meeting? Yeah, you're waiting for me to end the meeting. Okay. I love you. And I am so thankful to see the truth of all things. Namaste. Amen. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Blessed day, and let's have some fun. All right. Party on. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm going to save this chat. So hopefully everyone knows I'm saving the chat.
When you record, everything saves on its own, and it'll open a file that has the chat and the audio and the video.
Cool.
Yeah, I need your help, Beverly.
Yeah, we'll talk.
This
girl.
is the
Don't
natural
worry.
color of my hair, sis. You know, you gotta blonde it down for me sometime.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye.